Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to Hexcells Infinite. Let's hop back in. Let's see, I don't know, I've slept since then. I think I made a mistake last time and had to go back and get do it without mistakes to get all of the Hexcells, but maybe I didn't. It's been, like I said, I've slept since then, so let's move on to the next puzzle. I don't even know what I did last recording. That is amazingly sad and shocking. Where can we start here? This is interesting. I've never seen this combination before, but it tells us something quite helpful. Since this is 3 consecutive all the way down, and this one has to have 2 here, that means this one, and this one have to be it. Because it couldn't be this one and this one. Otherwise, this 3 wouldn't be satisfied. And it couldn't be this one, and this one, because then this 2 would be invalid. And it couldn't be this one and this one, because then this 2 wouldn't be satisfied. So, this is really the first time I've ever seen 2 columns work together in that fashion. Interesting. That gets us 1 row. Can we find anything? For example, here's almost that same setup, but it doesn't tell us really anything. We know that one of these is mine, but only one, and then we know 2 of these are mine, but could be any of them. This has 6 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of these are included. Then that satisfies this 2. This one then includes this one excludes this one, because these 2 are consecutive when you skip the gap. We now know that there's 1 here and 1 here, which this actually helps with that, because we know there's only 1 between these 3, and if we know one of them has to be here and one of them has to be here, we know this can't be 1. So this 1 then gets rid of this 0 gets rid of this 1 includes this 1 gets rid of this. That leaves 3 possibilities here for the 3 that are needed, so all of those are in. That means this 1 gets rid of this 2 gets rid of these 2, this one's only touching 1, so that includes that 1, this 2 gets rid of this 1 gets rid of this, and this. This 1 here is only touching 3, and it needs 2 non-consecutive, so this has to be it, and this one's out. This 2 gets rid of this 1 gets rid of this 1. This 2 includes this 1. This 2 gets rid of this, and this. Now this 2 only has 2 possibilities, so those 2 are in. This 1 is only touching 1 here. This one's already satisfied, so that's out. This 0 gets rid of these 2. This one's only touching 1, so that one's in. This 2 is only touching 2, so that one's in. Nice. It is really, really nice when it is set up. When you follow the right path, these puzzles can be solved a lot easier. This 0 gets rid of that. This 0 gets rid of that. This 2 here already told us that this was in, so we can get rid of that too. That this 2 includes this one, then this one excludes that one. this 0 gets rid of this 1 gets rid of this. So we've almost got half of the puzzle done. Let's see, this 3 is satisfied, this 2 is satisfied, this 2 is already satisfied, so these 2 go away. This 2 tells us this has to be included, and since we know here that there has to be 1 here, and 2 and 3, we know this can't be 1. And then this 2 is already touching 2, so this can't be 1, so then that leaves this. And we're done with that. But oddly, nothing here fixes over here yet. This 3 has been satisfied, so we can get rid of that. This 2 is consecutive, so it has to be that one. This 3 is not consecutive, so it could be this, this, and this, or it could be this, this, and this. That actually doesn't help. Yeah, we need a little bit more information. It could be here. It could be there. How about this? This one minus this one tells us that, and the fact that this is a 3 tells us that one of these 2 has to be the only one of these 4. So these 2 can be eliminated. I don't know if that was super helpful. Let's see. Could be this, could be this, could be this, could be this. This minus this one tells us there can only be 1 here. So if there was 1 here, this can't be this, this, and this. That just won't work. There's only 1 in this row, there's only 1 in, well, 1 between these 2, and there's only 1 here between these 4. So I can't do something like this and this because it wouldn't satisfy the 1. I can't do something like this and this because then there'd be 2 here. So it has to be this and this. All the other options are eliminated. There's only 1 here that also eliminates this. This one also would have eliminated that. Now this 3 is only touching 3, so it's in. This 1 has already been satisfied, so these 2 are out. This 0 gets rid of this. This 2 tells us this, and this gets rid of that. This 2 non-consecutive gets rid of this one. That leaves this 4 now only touching 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Include. Now this 3 here and this 1 here work together. We know there has to be the 3rd here because you couldn't put it here and then have another one here. So this one is not valid, it's gone. This 1 is already satisfied, so it gets rid of this. This 3 is now only touching 3, so it includes this. This 2 is only touching 2, so it includes this. Either way there. That solves that one and that one. One of the things now that we have is we know there's 1 here. There has to be. So then there has to be 1 here. Which means this has to be 1. Because there has to be 1 here. I'm just going through it again in my mind. There has to be 1 here. To solve this 2, there has to be 1 here. Only 1 here. And that would mean this is touching 2 non-consecutive. So it actually has to be this one. And then this has to be 1. So we include this. This 1 then excludes this one. And then because it's 3 non-consecutive, it's this one that it there. So we are over halfway done now. But is there any other bit of information that I can derive? This is 3 non-consecutive, so that means this is out and this is out, which this means this is in. There we go. This 2 is already satisfied, so that's gone. This is 2 consecutive, so it could be 1 here, or it could be 1 here. What it couldn't be, however, is this one, could it? So that one's gone. This one gets rid of this. This question mark helps us none. Question marks never help us. So where's our next move? Well, 2 consecutive and only touching 1 eliminates this, doesn't it? Because it couldn't be this and this, because then this would be a 2. It could be this and this, so this one's out. 2 consecutive inside a cell means this one's included. That helps a little bit. This 1 is now only touching 1, which means this one's included, which then means this one's included, and we can get rid of the other 2 here. And get rid of that, and get rid of these 2. This 0 gets rid of this one gets rid of these 2. This 1 is only touching 1, so that one's in. That one gets rid of that one gets rid of that. This one's only touching 1, so that one's in. That then satisfies this column, so these 2 are out. This one's already touching 1, so we can get rid of that. We have 5 remaining, and it shouldn't be very difficult now. 1 touching 1 here, include that. 4 remaining. 2 here, non-consecutive. Actually, we could have solved this a long time ago, couldn't we have? 2 non-consecutive means the only solution was here. Anyways. And then that diagonally doesn't quite solve yet, but it will in a second, because this 2 non-consecutive means that one's in and that one's out. That means this is satisfied, so that's gone. That means this one has to be this one, so that's satisfied. And we have 1 remaining and 1 remaining, and we have 2 or 3 different things telling us that that has to be the last one. Not bad. But the difficulty going up and down certainly makes me wonder if I've had any trouble with any puzzles up to this point or not. Particularly on Hexcells Infinite, I probably have, because it has a tendency to give us an easy puzzle then a hard puzzle. Just going back and forth in that direction. That is almost what I would want, but I'd prefer more of it being weighted, so that you do 5 easy puzzles and then a 6th hard puzzle, and then those puzzles build the knowledge and reinforce the knowledge that we're learning over and over again. I wonder if I can derive something logically from this. If none of these were touching, I would by default just know it's this and this. But it could as easily be this, and then these 2 here. I would need a second one here to tell me more information. This 3 tells us that this one and this one are included. This 2 non-consecutive eliminates this. This 2 non-consecutive eliminates this. This 2 consecutive includes this, which then solves this. This 2 non-consecutive doesn't say anything there. But this 2 consecutive also gets rid of this, this, and this. So there we go. This 2 is only touching 2. So that helps. This one gets rid of these 2. 2 non-consecutive gets rid of that. This one gets rid of all of these. While this puzzle is bigger, it's not really harder. This 2 consecutive has to be there. This 2 non-consecutive has to be here. This 3 is touching 4, so it can't be solved yet. This 1 is touching 1, so that's out. This 1 is now only touching 1, so that's in. This, which eliminates that. And let's see. Can we solve now? No, you still really can't, because what it could be is there could be one here, and there could be one here. Or there could be one here and one here. Or there could be one here. You'd think it was here, but you're not guaranteed that. Is there anything else? Or have we exhausted this chain? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. So we still have a lot to eliminate before the 6 would be useful. Nothing here seems like it would be solvable right now. This 1 might be useful eventually. This 2 will be useful eventually. This 1 will be useful eventually. Although I'll be useful eventually, one would assume. But I'm missing it. I am not seeing the next step. We know that because there's one here and here, that means there's only one more in this row. But that doesn't really mean anything, because this could be here, and then this could be here. We know there's 3 here, so there's only one more here. Yes, this is the next step. This is the clue. We know there's only one here, and then there has to be one here. So this has to be included. And then, since this one of these 2 is the third, these 2 can be excluded. So then this 4 is only touching 4. So all of those are included. Then this one's satisfied to get rid of that. This one's satisfied to get rid of that. This one's satisfied to get rid of that. This 2 is now only touching 2, so it's in. This 2 gets rid of that. And then we are stuck here, where we know either one of those is 1. Does that help us any further? Or do we just run into another speed bump? Right? If we know that's 1, and if we know that's 1, then any of these could be the third. This 5 has been satisfied now. We don't need that. This 6 is still too large a number. This 4 is still too large a number. This 3 tells us nothing. So we couldn't skip over this point and say, and guess. Well, we could guess, but it would just be guessing. That didn't change anything as far as anything else. This tells us 2 non-consecutive. And then this tells us 3 of anything. So we know there's only 1 here. And then 2, 3, right? So that includes these 2. And we know there's only 1 here, but that doesn't mean anything. It could be here, here, and here. However, this now tells us that since this is not consecutive, that one's out. This then eliminates these 3. This 1, this 2 includes this 1. This one eliminates that one. There we go. So we're starting to break out from a different angle. Maybe this one diagonal here will help. Let's see. This 2 doesn't tell us anything. This 1 doesn't tell us anything. It could be 1, 2, and 1 here. This 6 here doesn't quite tell us anything. We need to still eliminate like 2 more. And it could be 2 here and then nothing here. And then that would leave all the others open. How about this though? What does this tell us? One of these 2 has to be 1. Okay. It could easily still be this one. And then here and here. And that would still satisfy every bit of thing of info we needed. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a solution there. Let's take a look around the edges here. 3. No, nothing there. 3 here. Well, if I get 1 more on this diagonal, that would help. 3 there's nothing. 3 there's nothing. How about this 1? Does this 2 tell us anything? Not really. It could be 1 here, or 1 here and 1 here, and then 1 here and 1 here. Yeah, I don't think that 2 helps. How about this 3? Does it tell us anything? Still no. Nope. It really doesn't. I mean, if you were just gonna guess, you would guess that one. That one, then either that one or that one. But there's nothing saying that has to be the case. And this 3 here doesn't tell us anything. If we diagonal these like 2 3s, it really doesn't tell us anything. Does it? Maybe it does. Let's see if we did one here. Nah, there's too much info missing there for that puzzle. Well, we have 45 mines remaining. One would guess that this is it. I think we're gonna have to guess. Alright, we guessed. It was right. What was the vital piece of information? Every time I've guessed, I've later on found something that seemed to imply that there was a different solution here, but I could never get in my mind the fullest assertion that that's actually true. So I'm not sure if you don't just have to every now and then guess. When you're playing regular Minesweeper, you certainly have to sometimes guess. There are positions you can be in and puzzles that can be made, definitely, that just have you require guessing. So this one could be touching this and this could be touching that, yeah. And with our guess, it didn't really help us that much, did it? Because we have this. Is this solvable now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it is. So that gets us back on track. In, and in for that row. This 3 may help us a little bit later. This 3 gets rid of this. This 2 gets rid of all of these. This 3 is only touching 3 now, so those 2 are in. This 1 gets rid of this, which is really going to start opening the door for us. This 0 gets rid of those. This 2 is only touching 2. This 2 is already touching 2. That includes this one to get rid of that. That includes that one to get rid of that. This 2. No, there's only one this way. How about a 6 here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Really? Yep, 8. But we know only one of those is 1, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're still 1 short. This one could be this, and then that would be satisfied, that would be satisfied. Or it could be this, and then that would be satisfied, and that would be satisfied, and we would then have to satisfy this one in a different fashion. And then if it was this, and if it was these 2, then this 2 would have to be here. Then this 2 would be satisfied, and that one would be out. Then the rest would be in. If it was this, and then there was 1 here, and then that was out, then this is in, and then the rest would be in. So, am I miscounting here? No, yeah, I am. I'm definitely miscounting. I'm off by 1. We still can't fill in these. Plus, filling in these would actually not help any. found out, for instance, this 3 diagonal one did not include this one, then we've solved that. And nothing's changed over here. So we would be just guessing again. And nothing has changed over here, so we would just be guessing again. This 2 has been satisfied though, so we can work our way up here, and maybe that will solve it. Yeah. I'm jumping around to too many different things, and that's part of the problem here. This one's only touching 1. This 2 is satisfied now. This 3 gets that one. This 2 is only touching 2. This 1 is satisfied to get rid of those 2. So we've worked our way backwards here. It could be, we know either one of these is 1 to satisfy this 3. That means this one can't be touching 2, so this is out. This 0 now gets rid of all of these. That includes this. So finally we had to work our way all the way up to connect. But we did it. And that eventually is going to be helpful. It at least eliminates one angle of attack. We now have to go either this direction or this direction or through something like this. Let's see. This 3 here would be resolved quite nicely if this was included. But if this was included, then this would have to be included, and then this would have to be included, and this would have to be included. And there's really no problem with that. It's just not certain that that's the case. It could still also be this and this. Then this would eliminate that. This would include that. This would eliminate that. And then these 6 would be part of the puzzle. So again, it's starting to feel like we should guess. That we have to guess. We have already guessed once and we guessed right, so we didn't make a mistake. But in my heart, I made a mistake by guessing. This really is a puzzle game where you should just refuse to take action, put it away, and not play it. It also screams to be a cell phone game. This type of portability to a game like this would be very nice. Well, it's a 50-50 guess. If I click here and I click here, that kind of resolves everything. So let's click here. We made a mistake. Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We still don't have enough. But whatever. This gets rid of this. At least. And I believe now the solution could be here. Or it could be here. And here. And here. Yep, that guess didn't help us as much as we had hoped. If I make one more guess, I'm gonna make a mistake, but it sadly seems like I have to. Odds are pretty low that neither one of these are going to be how needed, but there's really no guarantee of it. guess again. There's a second mistake. I'm not seeing anything close to a solution, which means I'm probably so far away from the solution, if there is a solution, if there was a logical way to solve those things, I must be so far away from it, missing so much information that it doesn't even register in my mind. This 3 has to touch this one or this one, so it could be here, or it could be here. If it was here, then this one would get rid of this. This one can only be 1. So it has to be 1 here and then 1 here. So what if it was something like here and here? That would work. Here and here, that would work. Either one. Well, actually, here and here wouldn't work unless this was that too. Man, what am I? I'm still missing. Still so off the path. This 2 is only touching 2 though, so we can get rid of that. But again, nothing I'm being shown here. And at times like this, it seems like if you exit and then go back, where were we, 36? It resets all your highlights. So at the very least that will let you go, well, this one's been solved again, and this one's been solved again, and this 4 hasn't. This one's been solved. This one's been solved. So all these column markers get returned to you when you exit and come back, which is slightly helpful. It also turns off the highlight on a bunch of them, because those lines very well, almost certainly, are distracting me. This, but it could be this, and then this. Again, it feels like I have to guess, I have to get rid of that. And that's mistake 3. That's it. I cannot believe how badly this is going for us. And see, once I've seen it once, at least a few of these are going to be in my mind. I will always know at least a few of these, so I can't go back and try and play this a second time and not feel like I have knowledge I shouldn't have, therefore I can't ever go back and guarantee that there's actually a logical, plausible way of doing these. The only way I could do this is I would need like several people to go try and do the same puzzle and see if any of them can logic it out. But it would have to be several people that I trusted that actually knew what logic was and knew how to use it. Because half the people that I would set up for something like that would say, I'd say using only logic, go try and solve this puzzle, and half of them would guess or think they were using logic, but then they couldn't explain to you what the logical path was to it. They just said, well, I intuited it, or I guessed it. I don't think intuited is the right way to say that word. Intuited. But again, I'm just here guessing again. Well, we know something here. If this one or this one, it can't be both. And we know there's only one here. So it could be here, and then here, or here and here. Or it could be here and here. But if it was here and here, it could be here. Yeah, I think every single scenario is still viable there. Every single one seems viable. or it could be even here and here, and then here, here, or here. It would probably be useful just to click on this. That would solve something for our next guess. Let's just right click. Nope, that's mine. Yeah, if you started guessing with that, then this 3 all of a sudden becomes real helpful. If you guessed on these are probably all zeros. This 2 is only touching 2 now, so we know that. This 3 then, I wasn't even reading right, so we know one of those is it. This 3 gets rid of this, that one includes that one. There we go. But frustratingly, there's nothing here. There's nothing here that's still explaining the next step. This 2 has to touch 2. This one only touches 1. This 2 is only touching 2. Oh, but it's already touching 1. So there's my 5th mistake just because I didn't. I'm trying to move too fast and now making mistakes. 2, 2, 1, there. But with this next line, still nothing is proved. Nothing is proven. We know there's 1 between these. But that doesn't really mean anything with this information missed, being lost. We know here there's 1 between these, but that doesn't really mean anything. We know there's 1 between these, but that doesn't mean anything. At 18, it just doesn't solve anything. It feels like what we should do is right click here and see if that was a 0, and it wasn't. So that's one of them. If this was a 0, then that would have eliminated this. So what we should probably do is right click this and see if that's a question mark, and it is. So the main thing that seems to only be helpful here is if you had started in the center and gotten this hex here of question marks, because now and only now can this 3 be solved. And with that 3 being solved, we eliminated that. But so I must somehow get over here and solve this 3. Then that would eliminate that. Then that would tell us this is out. Then we should have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to include that. But how we get into this section still is a huge confusion. This 4 doesn't help us any. Let's go back to the menu. Let's go back to the menu and run right back into it and see. This 4 doesn't help us any. This 3 doesn't really help us any. This 3 doesn't really help us any. This 3 doesn't really help us. This 2, nothing. This 6 has already been satisfied. This 5's already been satisfied. This 2's been satisfied. This 2's been satisfied. This 3 has been satisfied. This one's been satisfied. This 1. This 6. So I just wanted to turn all the numbers back on and see. If only the mistakes would go away when you quit. You have 15 mines here, and it seems like even if I guessed and calculated all the remaining ones, it's not gonna tell me anything. There's 1 in this column. There's 1 potentially in this diagonal. That's 2. There's 1 in these. That's 3. it may be this one, so that might be the same. There's another here, so that's 4. 4 we know that are different. That leaves 11 more. And if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I mean, the numbers are just too high. Again, this just feels like guessing. Let's just include this one. No bit of information really said that that had to be the case. It could have easily been this and this. I guess it now couldn't have been this, could it? Wait a minute. If it was this and this couldn't be it. If it was this and this has to be it. And it actually is it. So yeah, all the options were there. This 3 is only touching 3. It feels like this puzzle was done wrong, but I imagine it wasn't. I imagine there is something logical here, but I don't know what it is. This one's only touching 4, so it could be 1, 2, skip here, or it could be 1, 2, 3, skip here, or it could be 1, 2, 3, skip here. But either way that goes, that has to be included. So then this gets rid of that, this gets rid of that, this gets rid of that. This 3 doesn't tell us anything, because it could be 1, 2, skip 1, or it could be 1, skip 1, 2, or it could be 1, skip 1, 2. Any of them are viable. So we're still just trying to inch our way into this section, and it just seems impenetrable. It seems like nothing we're doing, even 6 mistakes and probably 7 or 8 guesses, has not revealed that important piece of information. Let's see, there could be 2 here for this 4. So this and this would be fine. This and this wouldn't be fine. There can only be 1 here. Alright, so that solves. This 3 is only 1 remaining because of these 2. So of these 2 options, only 1 here. That means this or this are included. So this and this are included, right? No, this or this, because it's only 3. So 1 here, and then 1 here, and then there can only be 1 here, but it still could be this one and this one too. I think there's some logic here. There can be 2 this direction though. 1 here and 1 here. Or it could be here, and then 1 there and 1 between those 2. Or some other combination there. This 2, if there was 1 here, and then 1 here. No, we know that between these 2 there has to be 1. So that means this is out, and this is out. This gets rid of this. This 2, and this, like this, and this still could be the solution. So this could be the solution too. And this could be the solution, or it could be over here. This 2, however, tells us that it has to be here. That means this gets rid of these two. This 3 is now only touching 3, so include that and that. That satisfies this one. This 2 gets rid of this, and that leaves only 2 here to satisfy that one. So we finally have gotten back on track, but it has been a long time. And how we were supposed to get into this section and solve it is just totally beyond me. This 2 gets rid of this 2 then includes this 3 gets rid of these. Oops, moving too fast. There's mistake number 7 for stupidity. I am not awake this morning yet, obviously. This 2 is already touching 2, get rid of that. This 2 includes that one. This 2 is only touching 2, include that one. Alright, this 2 has been satisfied. This 3 was satisfied at some point, so we can get rid of that. Maybe that was where we made a mistake. Maybe this 3 would have eliminated this whole row and helped us from transitioning from this section to this section. Or may have helped us right here. I don't know. This 4 could be here, either one. We don't know. If it was here, then these 2 are out. And actually, since we know there's only 1 remaining now, we know these 2 are out already. It has to be this, and then this 3 to be satisfied has to include this one. There we go. So this is our very last move, which isn't super surprising because that's what it felt like. It took a long time to get from this point to crawl back up to this point. It took a lot of guessing to get from this point to crawl up to this point, and we kind of started at this point. Well, let's get rid of that. Let's see how many we missed. A ton of them is how many we missed. And that was 52 minutes. That's the danger. That's the danger of me doing 2 puzzles. I think we're down to 1 puzzle now, but what we'll find is when we go to 4-1, it will be some super easy tutorial thing like that, and then we'll go to 4-2, and then it will be a difficult puzzle. So that is going to be more work. I will do this off screen, take a little bit of break, try and wake up a little bit, and try and get all of those Hexcells done. We're at 31% done, although with the infinite generator, I guess you're not really done until you've solved every single puzzle. One thing we need to do though, in particular, is play like 0, 0, 0, 0 here, and see if it's solve it, and then play it a second time and see if we can solve it again. So I guess what would be the best way is that for me to play 0 off screen, and then we'll come back and play it again at the end. Yep. If I solve it twice, see if that counts towards the number of puzzles completed, or if puzzles completed means unique puzzles completed. If that's the case, then you have 9,999 999, 9,000, 99,000, 900,000, a million, 90 million. So there's 100 million by this C generator. 100 million because you start at 0, that adds 1 to it. 100 million different combinations you could do, which is quite a lot. Not an infinite amount, but I bet there's an argument that you can't get an infinite amount without it just getting larger and larger and larger and harder to read, and to an extent where even it's down to a pixel and you'd have to be scrolling in and out with the mouse wheel just to see sections, and when you did that you wouldn't be able to see the whole puzzle and you wouldn't be able to see all the info you needed. Anywho, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.